Picture this, the world is in danger, every second matters, millions of lives are at stake. A huge war could be won or lost based on one thing, cracking a super-secret code. Could you, with all that pressure, solve something impossible? This is exactly what a group of really smart people at Bletchley Park had to do during World War II. Their goal to break the Enigma code. Their story is full of smarts, hard work, and big secrets. Lives were on the line. Failing wasn't an option. This is the story of how they broke the Enigma code. It's a story of bravery, genius, and how people can overcome even the hardest challenges. Germany thought they had a secret weapon, the Enigma machine. It looked like a typewriter, but it held all their secret messages. Every military plan, every secret order was coded with the Enigma. The Germans thought no one could ever break it. Each letter you typed on the Enigma turned into a jumbled mess of other letters. There were so many possible combinations, it was crazy. It was a codebreaker's nightmare. This super complicated machine scared the Allies. The Germans, sure that their code was unbreakable, sent messages about everything. They talked about moving troops, surprise attacks, and all sorts of secrets. The Allies couldn't understand any of it. They were like someone who couldn't hear on a battlefield. Hidden in the quiet English countryside was Bletchley Park, a place shrouded in secrecy and mystery. It was a secret place for super smart people, a haven for the brightest minds of the time. Math experts, language whizzes, chess champions, and puzzle solvers were all there, each bringing their unique skills to the table. Their mission to break the Enigma code, a seemingly impossible task that required immense dedication and intellect. One of these brilliant minds was a young math expert named Alan Turing, whose contributions would change the course of history. Turing was a genius, way ahead of his time, with a mind that could see beyond the conventional methods of code breaking. He knew that regular ways of breaking codes wouldn't work against the Enigma, a machine that changed its settings daily. He imagined a special machine, something no one had ever seen before, that could figure out how the Enigma worked, a machine that could think faster than any human. This machine, called the bomb, became the most important thing at Bletchley Park, a beacon of hope in the dark times of war. Every coded message they intercepted, every little clue they found, was fed into the bomb, turning chaos into clarity. Everyone at Bletchley Park felt the pressure, the weight of the world on their shoulders. The whole world depended on them, but they also felt like a team, united by a common goal and a shared sense of purpose. They knew that every second was precious, every moment a chance to make a difference in the fight for freedom. Section 4. The Bomb, Breaking the Unbreakable. This is the story of how a machine, built with ingenuity and determination, managed to crack one of the most complex codes in history. The bomb was an amazing machine, full of spinning gears and clicking parts. It was a marvel of engineering, designed to tackle the seemingly impossible task of breaking the Enigma code. It worked non-stop, trying millions of Enigma settings, looking for the right one. Day and night, the machine tirelessly tested combinations, each click bringing them closer to a breakthrough. Every time the bomb bay got close, the Germans would change the Enigma settings. It was a relentless battle of wits and technology, with each side trying to outsmart the other. It was like a game of tag. The codebreakers had to be quick, precise, and always one step ahead. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The pressure was huge, the stakes were incredibly high, and the weight of the war rested on their shoulders. But the codebreakers at Bletchley Park didn't give up. They were a dedicated team, driven by a common goal and a sense of duty. Their hard work and smarts started to weaken the Enigma's defenses. Then it happened, a breakthrough that would change the course of the war. The bomb bay suddenly came alive, lights flashing, gears turning. They had a solution. They did the impossible. The machine had finally cracked the code. They cracked the Enigma code. The room erupted in celebration, but they knew their work was far from over. Everyone was super excited, but they also knew this was just the beginning. The real challenge was to use this newfound knowledge to turn the tide of the war. Now they had the key to Germany's biggest secrets. With this information, they could anticipate enemy moves and save countless lives. The bomba had not just cracked a code, it had opened a door to victory. Section 5. The Burden of Secrets, a Double-Edged Sword. The story of the Enigma machine is one of the most fascinating and complex tales of World War II. Cracking the Enigma was only half the problem. The machine, with its seemingly unbreakable codes, was a marvel of German engineering. Now the Allies had to figure out how to use this secret information without letting the Germans know they had it. Every decision was risky. The stakes were incredibly high, and the margin for error was razor thin. If they used the information too much, the Germans might realize their code was broken and change it. This would render all the hard work of the codebreakers useless. Then the Allies would be back to square one. The frustration and pressure on the codebreakers were immense. The codebreakers knew that lives depended on them. Every intercepted message, every decoded word, could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Every decision could mean life or death. The information they provided could save thousands of lives or lead to catastrophic losses. They had to be careful and smart. Each move had to be meticulously planned and executed to avoid arousing German suspicion. They couldn't just use the Enigma secrets all the time. They had to be strategic, using the information sparingly and wisely. They had to make it look like they got the information in other ways. This often involved elaborate ruses and deception. It was like a game of hide and seek, where the difference between winning and losing was tiny. The stakes were nothing less than the fate of nations. Section 6. The moral maze of wartime intelligence. Knowing the enemy's secrets created a tough problem. The codebreakers could save many lives with the information they had. But what if using that information meant other people would die? Was any victory worth innocent lives lost? These questions were always on the minds of the people at Bletchley Park. Their secret knowledge was a heavy burden to bear. They had to make really hard decisions, choices no one should have to make. Their work was a silent sacrifice. They couldn't celebrate their wins or talk about their problems. They worked tirelessly in secret, and no one knew what they were really doing. Section 7. Unraveling history, the Enigma lives on. The story of Bletchley Park and the Enigma machine shows how smart and strong people can be, and how important secrets are during war. It's a story that still amazes and inspires us today. The Enigma code was broken, but the story is still important. It reminds us of the brilliant people who worked so hard in secret and how they changed history. Imagine yourself at Bletchley Park. Feel the pressure, the excitement of discovery, and the stress of working under such difficult conditions. Their story reminds us of the sacrifices people made for freedom, and how strong the human spirit can be.